I used to be a ventriloquist. I auditioned for the 4th grade talent show at my school, and I won with my pal Slappy. In 5th grade, I wanted a better dummy. So, at an antique mall, I found Melvin. He has real hair and these icy blue eyes that move side to side. They seem to pierce your soul. This'll scare those bastards at school. We audition and win again. Melvin was more popular than Slappy, and I got to sign a kid's forehead last year. After that, me and Mel started an internet series that is still on YouTube. But a few years ago, I gave up ventriloquism. It could be due to my loss of popularity or my lack of joke writing ability. Or it could be because of the nightmares. Every few nights I'd wake up in a cold sweat with chills running down my spine. In the nightmares, Melvin would mutilate my family members and say it was because he wasn't getting what he wanted. I started to go mad. I heard voices in my head after that. Melvin's voice, telling me what a worthless piece of shit I was, and how I was only something because he let me be something. I was alive because he let me live. I made the mistake of telling my family. They took me to a therapist, but when that didn't work, they put Melvin under the house, in the crawl space. That only made things worse. Melvin's face would appear in my dreams with his twisted grin and piercing blue eyes. He'd open his big red mouth and release a garbled, high-pitched laugh, like an action figure whose batteries were dying. Then blood would flood out. My family began to worry for my mental health, but I knew why this was. It was because Melvin wasn't getting what he wanted. A month later, I found him in the crawl space. The voice in my head was going mad. Melvin was furious with me, and he threatened to kill my family and make me watch. I pleaded to make him change his mind. I told him I'd do anything if he'd change his mind. He told me he wouldn't kill them if I did. I tied him up and put him in a trunk, which I tucked away in the basement. I knew the nightmares would continue, but I had to protect my family. The next day, my therapist asked me to bring Melvin to her. I did so, believing she could stop Melvin. But when I got Melvin out, I sat him on the couch next to me. And he opened his mouth, and a siren wailed out of it. Meanwhile, she told me Melvin was just a dummy and it was all in my head. I started screaming, and she ran out of the room to get help. Meanwhile, me and Mel sat on the couch, screaming. So, now I'm in the hospital receiving treatment. I don't know what happened to Melvin after my episode. My family probably got rid of him. I still have nightmares about him. Blood flooding from his mouth, from behind his piercing blue eyes. The doctors keep telling me it's all in my head. I started to believe them until I got the news. My family was dead.